NASCAR Nationwide Series at Dover. Brought to you by GoDaddy.com. Domains, websites, and everything in between.
That was Miles the Monster here at Dover International. Let's talk about what's coming up on the calendar. We've got the Auto Plus NHRA Nationals. It's qualifying tonight, 12:30 a.m. Eastern on ESPN2. Then also on ESPN2 tomorrow, NASCAR Now twice, 9 a.m. and 10 p.m. Eastern. The Sprint Cup Series race here at Dover on ESPN tomorrow, 1 o'clock Eastern time. Final eliminations from the Auto Plus NHRA Nationals in Reading, 7 o'clock Eastern on ESPN2. And the NASCAR Nationwide Series, our next stop at Kansas next Saturday, 3 o'clock Eastern on ESPN2. The rain held off. There's victory lane. Let's talk to our winner.
Yeah, he gets a shower first, and then we can talk to him. How about that? Do you realize with your 7th win of the season here, you're now the all-time leader on concrete, 9 wins on concrete, and big time here at Dover today.
That's great. I have to thank Fastenal, Bodyguard, all the folks that are on the car. I went to Fastenal this week and I bought an 8 Milwaukee tool set, and I did a little work around the house. It was really fun. So I appreciate these guys being on board. I got to thank Ford. This Mustang was great. We got next-gen oil in this thing, and I got something on the grill, and oil temp was 320 degrees or something, and that's recycled oil we won the race with, so that's great. And all the fans, Aflac Insurance, and Nationwide. This series is so much fun. This track is so much fun. And everything went great other than my backflip, which was terrible. I was nervous about doing it on the banking, but just an awesome day.
And we understand your Cup car is even better tomorrow?
Our Cup car is very, very good. So, hopefully we'll get a win with that Aflac Ford. And I have to say, happy birthday to Caitlin Landis. This is what she wanted for her birthday. And I also want to say hi to my Aunt Terry and the whole Thrasher family. They're going through a tough time right now, and we love you guys, and we're thinking about you.
All right, Carl wins only his 2nd ever win in the month of October in the Nationwide Series. Vince?
Standing by with Elliott Sadler, 2nd in the points championship, but that points chase took a little bit of a hit today. That yellow came out at an inopportune time right there in that final caution. How about your race car in general today?
Yeah, we were a little bit too loose today. It seemed like when the cloud cover came on and the track cooled down, we actually just loosened up a little bit too much. My car would get too free, but I still feel like we had a top 10 car, and the last adjustment, my car was a lot better, but as soon as we pitted, the caution come out, and we've had a few of those this year where the cautions hadn't gone our way. So it definitely put us in a bigger hole, but just Ernie and I were just talking about, we're not giving up. We got 5 races left. Anything can happen. We just got to show up each week and do the best job we can and get all the points we can and see where that puts us.
What do you think's kept you guys out of victory lane? You've had so many good runs this year, but just haven't quite been able to get over that hump.
Yeah, I got to do a better job in practice. I get my car better for how I like it for long runs and things like that. So I didn't do a good job yesterday on seeing how much the track was going to change once they got rubber on it today. So I got to do a better job of getting my car better in practice to be able to get in the victory lane. So we got a great race team, and they definitely deserve to go to victory lane. They work very hard. They give me really good race cars each and every week. We got to find that next level to be able to find it. And I think we're going to have to win a race or two to get back in the middle of this.
Yeah, it takes a total team effort. Elliott Sadler, 14th today. Doc?
And finishing 2nd, Brad Keselowski comes over. There's Casey King coming over to chat for a second. We'll talk to Casey in just a moment. Brad, big swing at it at final pit stop, and it got you closer, but what were you missing on that last run?
Ooh, I almost felt like we were first in class. The Roush cars are just so much faster than everybody right now, and I thought it was all handling until the restarts, man. Carl just motored it. So, we did a great job with our Ruby Tuesday Dodge Challenger here, and had some great strategy. I really felt when that yellow came out, if I could have got ahead of Carl, that would have maybe caught a break. We could have stole one, but Carl was just way faster than everybody else. So we did a good job doing the best we could, and I'm proud of my team.
A good run for Brad K. Finishing 2nd today. Jamie.
And Clint Boyer brings it home 3rd, and now he's going to start talking to Ricky Stenhouse, and we'll talk to him in a second. But Clint, you guys rolled the dice a little bit on strategy. Took 2 tires and then 4 tires. Was that the right move?
Well, it turns out it wasn't. It was a little bit unclear what was going on right there. Obviously, we pitted and the caution came out, and we had to come back and take 4 tires. Fun day. Just got beat. Got beat up all day by Carl. He was a little bit off. I could get to him, then I kind of get in his way, could start getting loose and squirrely, and you just have to back off. You couldn't stay up there and put the pressure on him. There's a buffer there, it seems like, with these cars, and your car's, its tongue's hanging out. That's it. There ain't no more, and unfortunately, we got beat. Brad got in there and snookered us there at the end, and beat us finished second. But really just want to say hey to Dale and Shay McDowell. They lost their mother, last evening, and just want to say we're thinking about you, boys.
All right, thanks. Clint Boyer brings it home third. Let's go over to Vince.
Standing by with Reed Sorensen. Reed brings it home 7th today, and we were talking before the race how much you liked this track, but yet you had been concerned because the car wasn't very good leading up to the race. Did it get better?
It got a little better. We just had so many unknowns with the race car going into the race because of all the changes we made before qualifying. I think the best we were going to be today was somewhere around 10th. We had about a 10th place car. We made good adjustments under pit stops. We felt like we got the back of the car right where we wanted it. The front just wasn't good, and that's kind of something we struggled with the whole weekend, just getting the front underneath the car. Just never turned. And I don't know what it was or what the problem was. We'll try to figure it out. But all in all, it was a top 10 day for the Dollar General car. And can't thank the guys hard enough on pit road. They had good pit stops and gained us a few spots. So all in all, it was a good ending for a weekend that could have been a lot worse.
A little bit confusing. Well, that final yellow came out when Brian Scott hit the barrier at the beginning of pit road. You were about to run out of fuel, so you had to come on pit road under the yellow. They allowed you to restart up toward the front, third or fourth, I think. Were you surprised that you weren't sent to the back?
Well, I didn't really know what was going on with. I knew some cars had to do wave arounds, and I knew there was a bunch of cars a lap down. So all I know is my spotter said line up behind this car, and that's what I did. So I don't know if it was a mistake or not, but I don't know if it would have affected us too much where we finished. It might have, but I don't think it would have too much.
Yeah, sometimes you come out on the right end of those. Well done. That's Reed Sorensen finishes 7th today, Marty.
Well, and let's explain exactly what happened. There should have been message relayed from NASCAR to his team saying, hey, you've got to go to the back because you pitted too early. NASCAR did not get the information to the 32 team. After we went back to Green Flag Racing, NASCAR said there's nothing we can do because that was our mistake, not theirs.
Yeah, sometimes you get a break along the way, and that's just what happened there. Just the line of communication wasn't transmitted there, so the 32 car got a break, and they made the most of it.
Yeah, and there's nothing to say that they couldn't have driven right back to where they finished, and that's why they can't really impose a penalty after the fact. So it's all water under the bridge, and here we go to the next one.
Well, we ended up with 12 cars on the lead lap, and he finishes 7th. So as you said, it may not have been all that much, but I'm sure it'll get some of the people talking out there as far as how that came down. How about the ticket to the race? Because we're down to 5 races here in the Nationwide Series. Our next stop at Kansas and then Charlotte. And then we have a couple weeks off, and we'll wrap it up with 3 in a row at Texas, Phoenix, and Homestead, Miami. And let's check in with the man who now has a 22-point lead in the championship chase. How about it, Jamie Little?
Well, we talked a lot about him today because that car was not where you wanted it to be. But at the end, just when it counts, it was the best all day long. Take us through it.
It was. I mean, that's all you can ask for is to work on it all day long. And Mike Kelly and the guys on the Blackwing, Speed, and Cargill Mustang did an awesome job all day. Kept making changes. We weren't making it better. And then that last run, we made it a little bit better. But then we were fighting a different issue. So it was an up and down day, but a solid day for us. Good points day, and I think that's really all we got to do. We got to run top 5, and I think we're capable as a race team to do that. And it just proved today that we didn't have the best car. We worked on it and came home top 5.
How about Brian Scott and you coming down pit road, and all of a sudden everything is locked up and he hits the barrels?
I'm gonna have to go back and look at it because I saw him to the outside. I got to pit road as good as I could. I think that's the best I've ever gotten to pit road under green. And I was really excited about it. And then all of a sudden I hear something on the outside and I saw him hit the barrel. And then I was just lucky that he didn't come down and get us. But I'm going to have to go back and look at it.
All right, 22-point lead. He's your point leader still. Vince?
If you like underdog stories, you like what Mike Bliss did today. And this underfunded team, this 19 team, brings it home 9th, first top 10 since last October. How'd you guys do it?
Well, with very limited resources. Mark Smith's our owner, and he's doing it out of his pocket. So I don't know why, but he is, and thankfully he is. But we're just, we got good race cars. We got a good little crew. We got good guys at the shop. And there's a lot of areas we can get better, but I think our race cars are pretty close.
And one thing you didn't mention, you got a pretty good guy behind the wheel as well. He brought it home 9th tonight. Doc?
Yeah, how about the 5th top 5 finish of the year for Casey Kane? And Casey, we talk about how running these Saturday races does have some impact on what happens on Sunday. What do you glean today from 200 laps that'll help you with 400 laps tomorrow?
Well, the biggest thing is just the track's going to take a lot of rubber tomorrow. It'll get thick. And if the sun's out, it's going to get really slippery. Today, it didn't get that slippery, but it took rubber. Tomorrow, it'll take more with the horsepower that our Cup cars have, and should be interesting. I look forward to tomorrow's race. I wish today was sunny because I think it'd slide around more and you'd be able to move around. But our team, everybody in the Great Clip Chevrolet did a great job today, and we got 4th. We need to keep working on it. We didn't have anything for those top 3, but we definitely were the 4th place car today.
Well done, bud.
All right, thank you.
Casey Kane, guys.
Well, this week on ABC's Saturday Night Football, Taylor Martinez and the 8th-ranked Cornhuskers look to stamp themselves as Big Ten threat in their first game in the conference when they face Russell Wilson and the 7th-ranked Badgers, 2 top 10 teams. Nebraska and Wisconsin in Saturday Night Football, presented by Southwest Airlines as part of Tailgate Week, fired up by Kingsford Charcoal at 8 Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific tonight on ABC. Back to the race here at Dover. Rusty, you just said that last caution was really a tough break for Elliott Sadler.
Yeah, it really was. He did need that last caution. It got him a lap down, got him way behind, and that was something. Chasing for a championship, you need to have happen. If you don't run close enough to the front, you can get yourself in that problem. And Elliott's car was just too loose today for him.
And it really did hurt him in the points right now. The lead for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is 22 points. Elliott Sadler is still second. Reed Sorensen still third. Not much change there at all. Anything in the top 10. 74 points back to Eric Almirola, Brad, who you had high hopes for earlier today.
Well, I've just been watching Eric all season long, and they've done a good job. He and Pops Uri have done a good job this race team. They've made strides, struggled today. But going back, I really think that you look at what Ricky Stenhouse has done over the past several weeks. Elliott Sadler just has not been able to close that gap. So if he continues to do what he's doing, he's going to win this championship.
And what was interesting, before the race, Elliott Sadler said, I don't think I have to win a race to win this championship. After the race, he said, I think I need to win 1 or 2. Another thing that stood out to us today, tire strategy. In the spring race, in the Cup Series, Matt Kenseth took 2 tires, and it ended up winning him the race. Today, 2 tires did not get it done.
No, 2 tires didn't get it done, and the crew chiefs on the Cup side will be looking at what happened today and really trying to make a decision where they want to try that 2-tire stop tomorrow. I expect the weather, Brad, to be a little bit different tomorrow, and these Cup cars are different animals, that's for sure.
A lot more horsepower, a lot more bite into the racetrack, and it should be hopefully a little sunnier tomorrow. Really surprised, though, today how uneventful this race was, though. This racetrack can be treacherous on race cars and making decisions, right decisions. We saw hardly none of that today. It was a good, clean race, and I'm really surprised. And congratulations once again to Ryan Truex, who should have finished in that top 5, and Mike Bliss. What an outstanding day for old Mike Bliss. Did a good job.
Mike Bliss, 9th, Truex, 8th. Carl Edwards, once again in victory lane here. Top 2 finishers, chase drivers. What did they learn heading into tomorrow when their championship is on the line?
I think they just learned about how to manage their tires, air pressure settings, things like that, but that's about it. You know, one more point before we get done here. Talk about these nationwide cars, how strong they are. What about Brian Scott clobbering those barrels, and he bounced off them, kept going. These cars are so much tougher than last year's cars. It's just amazing. I've never seen that happen before. Had it happen to Matt Kenseth a long time ago. That took him out of the race.
That's right, that's right.
But today, that thing right there just clobbered those things and just kept on going. It was almost comical.
Well, this is just the beginning of all the racing action here. The Auto Plus NHRA qualifying for the NHRA Nationals tonight, 12:30 a.m. Eastern. That is on ESPN2. Tomorrow, a couple of editions of NASCAR Now. Tomorrow morning, we'll get you ready for the Sprint Cup Series race at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. And then tomorrow night, a recap of the day's events, 10 o'clock Eastern Time on ESPN2. We will be back with the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series at Dover tomorrow, 1 o'clock Eastern on ESPN with NASCAR Countdown. Tomorrow night, the Auto Plus NHRA Nationals, 7 o'clock Eastern Time on ESPN2. And of course, next weekend, it's the NASCAR Nationwide Series at Kansas. Next Saturday, 3 o'clock Eastern on ESPN2. Coming up next, ESPN College Football Primetime, presented by Miller Lite. It's Clemson versus Virginia. Congratulations once again to our winner here at the Monster Mile. It is once again Carl Edwards tying the record with Todd Bodine and Kyle Busch for 3 NASCAR Nationwide Series wins at this track. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. We'll see you tomorrow on ESPN for the NASCAR Nationwide Series Sprint Cup Series race, Chase race number 3. We'll see you then.